Dentistry has a problem, and it's a big one. We need more patients, and the patients that we have, we need to do a better job of getting them in for more services.
How my tooth case came to life, I actually just recently went through my 3rd round of ortho because, like many people, I forgot to wear my retainer.
So I don't feel like we've really pushed the water flossing market enough. It needs to grow more. There's a lot of reasons now to grow it: systemic health, implants, braces, more braces all the time. We did good, but in order to go back, we're going to need to bring that new diverter and be on the live stage and show how easy it is.
How confident are you that you're patent protected here and that a copycat couldn't come around?
We feel that we have a head start on everyone. It's going to be some time before a viable competitor comes for us just based on that.
I mean, it looks like you're at ground, like the base, and you're looking to launch. So price-wise, what are you looking for, dollars-wise, and management-wise, what are you looking for?
This is going to be a little tough. It's really problematic to me.
Well, how'd you feel? Did you get your message out? Did you feel comfortable that you said what you wanted to say?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's a bigger story.
No, because I got halfway through the presentation, but that's because the information is so important that I want to make sure people didn't miss anything. But I hope that half a message was important enough and some of it stuck home so that it had an effect.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for coming to Dental Tank. This is an amazing experience that you all will get to see. It's the second one that we have done here at Dental Tank. Here's the really cool thing is you're gonna get to hear from some amazing companies that have new innovations in dentistry, both products and services and software. It was a challenge to pick the 10 companies that we had. I have a commitment that I've made to all of my tanks to only bring them the best things. And so everybody that is here, not only did they have the ability to invest, they have the ability to bring a product or service to market and fast. Call that a strategic investor. And so I didn't know where to find them. Then one day I went on LinkedIn and posted an idea, and all of the investors and all of the companies came out of the woodwork, and I found out that this is actually a needed thing. And so I first want to go ahead and thank all of the tanks for being here. This wouldn't be what it is without you all, so thank you all so much for being here. Also, all of the companies, I know you've been preparing for this moment for such a long time, and you're really excited as well, and know that you're gonna do well. The last Dental Tank that we had in April, we had 20 companies present, for 5 minutes each, and it was going a little bit too fast for us. We said, all right, we're gonna slow it down and bring less companies. And of those 20 companies that pitched, it was 7 of them who actually got invested in. So that was a really good win for the organization. I intend to continue to grow Dental Tank over the years. We'll be in Nashville in July. Hey everybody, welcome to Nashville. And what is this Nashville event all about? Well, first off, I can tell you this. When you purchase a ticket for the Dental Festival in Nashville, you'll be purchasing a ticket that allows you to go to up to 20 different dental conferences. These conferences are usually located all throughout the country at different times, but we've brought everybody together at one place to collaborate. So we're gonna be at the Omni Hotel, the Joseph Hotel, and the Tri-Brand Marriott hotels. Those hotels, literally, you step out the door and you walk across the street. They're all there. And what it looks like as an attendee is each day you get to pick the conference that you want to go to. You only need to purchase one ticket and you get in to all of them. Another really cool thing is that we believe that fun is extremely important. We believe that you learn 10 times faster when you're having fun. And so we believe 50% should be education and 50% should be amazing fun and experiences that you will never forget. So welcome to the Dental Festival in Nashville. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. This event is the 6th through the 10th of July in 2022. And if you want to come for 2 days, 1 day, 3 days, or 4, that is completely up to you. Same cost of a ticket, and you just pick the conferences that you want to go to. It's totally up to you. We have a central vendor hall where everybody could go and learn about all the different products and innovations in dentistry, and we have separate conferences throughout the entire event that you get to choose from. So whatever you want to be educated on, I'm sure that we have it. Make sure to get your ticket as soon as possible. The sooner you purchase your ticket, the cheaper the ticket will be. And please remember, if you don't like fun, this conference is not for you. But if you like to have the time of your life, Dental Festival is for you. I will see you there. The next tank is Dr. Ed Zuckerberg. Super excited to have him. His company is Painless Social Media. Dr. Ed Zuckerberg has been advising startups in the oral health space. He has invested in many startups within the combined medical and dental field. Let's give it up for Dr. Ed Zuckerberg.
So I started my practice after graduating NYU Dental School in 1978 and always incorporated a fair amount of technology in my practice. Unlike a lot of dentists, I never had a closet full of dust collecting dental technologies that I didn't put to use. I learned how to choose things that were practical, things that would have an impact on my practice and my patients, and things that would have a positive benefit both for dental care and obviously the health and wealth of my practice. I ran into issues that all startups run into, which is getting funding. My youngest daughter by now is involved in venture capital, and most of the big venture capital companies really won't touch dental or oral health care investments that are for companies that don't have product and don't have current revenue. They kind of want to follow them along, watch for a certain amount of growth, but they're missing out when they do that on getting a lot of great ideas out there that really need the fuel that we can give them from knowledge and capital early in the game, at the beta stage, at the prototype stage, and the idea stage. So earlier this year, I started working with Revere Partners and Jeremy Krell, and we're the first oral health venture fund that invests solely in early and pre-seed dental startups. And we've been perusing pitches from probably over 50 dental startups in the last 6 months. Really exciting stuff, really interesting stuff. My personal eye is for things that can really affect a change to the way we practice dentistry and elevate the standards of dentists in the public. So outside of Revere, I also currently advise one company that has gone public already, Vivos Therapeutics, that has a treatment for mild to moderate sleep apnea that can be more than just a treatment, temporary treatment, but hopefully a cure for a lot of these people. And the most exciting thing I am doing now is as Chief Dental Officer for a company called Keystone Bio that actually has a biologic to eradicate P. gingivalis and all the associated periodontally implicated diseases of the body, including heart disease, Alzheimer's, various digestive cancers, and whatnot, and hopefully raise dentists to the standard that we desire and deserve as healthcare champions of the oral cavity. So really looking forward to what we are going to see today, and hope everybody enjoys the event.
Do you know who Dr. Lou Graham is? He's the founder of Catapult Education and the owner of University Dental Professionals.
It's true, dental CE has grown stale, but it doesn't have to be. Hi, I'm Dr. Miles Cohn. Let me introduce you to Catapult Education.
We've got some fresh new young talent doing some things that I know you haven't heard before.
1, 2, 3, listen.
All this and more can be found at catapulteducation.com, where you can learn to thrive in a dynamic and evolving dental market.
Do you know who Dr. Lou Graham is? He's the founder of Catapult Education and the owner of University Dental Professionals. These companies have allowed him to bring small to medium-sized companies into the dental market and create long and wonderful relationships. As a practitioner, he has built a multi-specialty practice in Chicago over the past 35 years. Where did time go? Lou, if you can come up here and come to the stage, we'd love to hear more from you.
First, I'll talk a little bit about, I think, myself, why I'm here, and why I'm with these other wonderful judges. So, literally over 35 years ago, I set into gear a private practice teaching residents at the University of Chicago and opened a practice. And you look at how much dentistry has changed in 35 years. We used to run ads in Yellow Pages. We literally had no concept of what the future would be for marketing, communication, dealing with patients, cosmetics, implants. None of that was even there 35 years ago. And over those 35 years, I've cultivated a great team. So part one of what I will be doing to all of my potential vendors is really evaluating the value you bring to dentistry as a clinician. That's the first thing I'll be doing. Okay. The second thing I'll be doing is now evaluating your business model. And where Catapult as an organization, so you know, and the reason I think I'm here, is Catapult works with 30 speakers. So I'm the last person to be about me. Catapult is an organization of 30 speakers, and what we do is we evaluate products. And we take those products, if we love them, and there are those we don't, and we take those products and we bring them full force into dentistry. And those companies that we're bringing through Catapult, we believe we will get them to the next level this year in exposure. So that's the concept of why I'm here. It's my pleasure to be here.
We have our next tank. Howie is the CFO and COO of DC Crazy Dental, the fastest growing independent dental supply company in North America. Prior to joining DC Dental, Howard worked as an internal revenue agent at the IRS. All right, so next up we have our next tank, Howie Friedman is with Crazy Dental. They're one of the biggest online distributors in the entire dental industry. And something that's really cool is like if you have a product or a service and you get in with a distributor, that's one of the best things that can happen for you because you can spread your product to the masses very fast. I watched multiple companies start working with large distributors that had software, and it feels like what was overnight, they absolutely skyrocketed. Howie is the CFO and COO of DC Crazy Dental, the fastest growing independent dental supply company in North America. Prior to joining DC Dental, Howard worked as an internal revenue agent at the IRS. Howie is actively involved with various local charities and is an active executive board member of Shorish, a 501c3 that brings community and positive experiences to local teens and their families. He, along with his wife, founded Jules School, a special needs school in Baltimore, Maryland, and they have 4 beautiful children. Welcome to the stage, Howie Friedman.
All right, that's quite an introduction. Well, let me start off with a little bit about DC Dental and what we do as a tank here and making sure that I've earned my seat, or DC Dental has at least. We are a distributor of dental supplies. As you heard in the introduction, since I began with DC Dental, we've grown by 600%, but that number has doubled since then. So we're well over 1,000% since I joined in 2007. We're at over $100 million in revenue, and we ship out, well over 300,000 orders a year. And important to this event, it makes up 22,000 products from 200 different manufacturers, but we're always looking for more. Our objective, and the reason why we like this convention so much, is because we like to consider ourselves and we strive to be disruptors within this industry. Everybody knows the big distributors in this industry. We don't need to mention their name here. And we are not a Me Too company that just tries to follow in someone else's footsteps. We like to pave our own way. Like Elijah has paved his own way in many of the companies he started, and in the way that this convention and this event is held. And that's what we do as a company. And that's what I'm looking for today, is to see something that's unique, something that's different, something that stands out, that will resonate with customers, of which, we have shipped products to over 40,000 dentists in the last 12 months. We're not just a traditional dealer with a sales rep who comes into your office, et cetera. We sell across multiple digital platforms, some of which are here as vendors at this event. We sell under our Crazy Dental program, which is the Crazy Dental Price Club program, which is what's behind me here. Crazy Dental is also something unique, something a little different. So I'm looking forward to hearing everyone's pitch and seeing what's out there, what you've built, why your product, why your company, and hopefully we'll be able to invest in one or multiple. We're certainly looking to add products. Our head of procurement for our entire company is stopping by just for today. I think she's coming in a few hours, so I'll be able to make that introduction, and we'll be able to see if we can get your product on all those platforms and all those different marketplaces that are out there, and onwards and upwards from there. I mean, it's all about making that successful pitch and making an impression on us and on me in the brief time that we're here. So thank you, everybody.
So Daniel is an executive in dental materials management with a career of over 50 plus years with notable firms of global significance. Now we have Kittenbach, and I have to thank my good friend Lou Graham for getting Kittenbach on board with Daniel Pirelli. So Daniel is an executive in dental materials management with a career of over 50 plus years with notable firms of global significance. His expertise include lead sales, marketing, manufacturing, business development, and general management over a full career covering significant technology advancement in the practice of dentistry. Give it up for Daniel Pirelli.
We're a manufacturing company. Kettenbach is a global international company located in the hills north of Frankfurt, Germany. Now, a little bit about my background. Yes, I've been around for a little bit. Started in 1970 in the handpiece area of dentistry. So I've actually just started my 52nd year in this business. And I often joke that I am the non-dentist dentist. I've done so many different things in this wonderful industry, covering so many different technologies and working with so many wonderful inventors, entrepreneurs, practitioners, and just plain folk that make this business go. I went into business development from a marketing role, and in that role, I was actually involved in global transfer work, looking at the marketplace from a global aspect and bringing technologies from Europe and Asia into the US and vice versa, and involved in more aesthetic dentistry. In this case, it was whitening and the bleaching aspect of teeth whitening. But it was this whole area of business development was an interesting area, and for the first time I actually went out and started my own consulting business in this area because it intrigued me so much. And so for a few years I was consultant to many companies in the area of technology transfer. And finally, I started working my way back into the manufacturing role in a general management role and managing total entity of businesses like I am doing right now with Kettenbach. And in Kettenbach, we are in the midst of a major change in our own business right now, taking our core technology, which is analog impressions, and addressing the change that is occurring in dentistry from analog to digital, and in so modifying our business structure to fit tomorrow's dental needs. So with that, that's a little bit about me, a lot more than I normally say about me, and I thank you for your attention.
So Dr. John Meiss is a fourth-generation dentist and co-founder of Team Training Institute, one of the largest dental practice management consultant firms in the U.S. He is a trusted mentor to over 4,439 dental practitioners, along with his partner, Wendy Briggs.
John has made me understand that I'm really an entrepreneur and my business is dentistry and dental health.
Wendy also has been in the trenches, and that's one thing that we appreciate about both of them is that they have done it, and they have succeeded and excelled in it.
That it wasn't about increasing production, it was about increasing patient care, and when we did that, the production increases.
It's not about dollars. It's about doing the right thing for patients at the right time, every time.
Has anybody ever heard a whole bunch about somebody but never met them? Like they see them behind the scenes all the time. You're like, man, I'd love to meet him one day, but you hear a lot about them. This is Dr. John Meiss. So Dr. John Meiss is a fourth-generation dentist and co-founder of Team Training Institute, one of the largest dental practice management consultant firms in the U.S. He is a trusted mentor to over 4,439 dental practitioners, along with his partner, Wendy Briggs. Dr. John built an amazing group of practices in Iowa, South Dakota, and Nebraska. He merged those practices with Mortensen Dental Partners, and then he became the president of that group. He oversaw 3 functions: the operations of the general and specialty practices, the mergers and affiliations, and de novo practices activities, and learning and development for the entire organization. He supported over 1,600 employees in more than 140 locations. He is the founder of Smart Choice in Dentistry, Emerging DSO, and he is an international speaker and has authored 3 Amazon best-selling books of dental practice productivity and team development. He is widely known as an expert in practice planning and driving excellence and execution. His experience in the business side of dentistry, having lived in the trenches in both private practice and the DSO space, brings invaluable perspective to Dental Tank Investor Panel. Thank you so much. Give it up for Dr. John Meis.
I'm super excited to be here today because in my career, I've seen so many things come and go. And I started practicing in 1986, built a big single location, 21 office. And all the while, I was always searching for the new thing. What's the new thing? What's the next thing? And I saw so many new things come and go. And so I'm excited to be kind of on the front end of that. And I'm going to give you, all you wonderful dental entrepreneurs, a little filter that I use. But before I do that, I want to talk quickly about the Team Training Institute. What our company does is we help practices become more productive, more profitable. We do it by improving the patient experience, the dental team experience, and the dental owner experience. And there are 11 places in practices that dentists just choke off their potential and their profitability. So we have the analytics to identify those 11 places. We have the opportunity to show practices where the next thing that they can do that's going to be easy and have high impact for their patient's dental health, for their team cohesion, and for the profitability of the practice. We work with practices that are kind of the standard mom and pop practice on Main Street in any town, USA. We also work with the largest DSOs in the United States. So we cover a pretty broad swath of the industry. So the interesting thing that I've seen over and over in dentistry is that people come up with great ideas, sounds great, and then it fails to take off in the marketplace. And I have a really simple filter that I use that has served me well. And early in my career, I invested in a lot of technologies and a lot of services that simply failed to pan out. They simply failed to provide value. And so I developed a really simple filter, and that is 4 things. And if you can answer a yes to one of them, might be worthwhile. If you can say yes to all 4 of them, it's going to be something that I'm totally going to get behind. So the first one is, does it make something faster? The second is, can you make it bigger? The third filter I use is easier. Does it make something easier? And the last one is cheaper. Can you find a way to do something that's already available, but available to do it at a lower cost? So those are my 4 filters: bigger, faster, easier, cheaper. If you can answer those, I'm going to be very interested in investing in you, either with dollars or with time or with my reputation. So that's it for me. Thank you.
As soon as I launched this, I had a lot of companies that wanted to invest money reach out. And Jeremy came, and it really felt the most natural and real, and just for our industry. And it just made a whole bunch of sense to have them on board with Dental Tank. And can't thank you enough for having faith in this. And this is the beginning of something huge. So we're super happy to have Revere here as the VC firm and ready to invest in a lot of these companies if it makes sense.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeremy Krell, Managing Partner of Revere Partners and a general dentist. Our world-class team allows us to source deal flow from every corner of the industry and diligence it at the highest level, by doctors, for doctors. So what's the benefit to investors? Investors also look to Revere for good reason. We work with accredited angel investors, including dentists, high net worth individuals, family offices, and corporations. Taking this approach gives us the unique ability to market the fund, generating awareness among the entire industry. So what's the benefit to startups? Startups find us especially attractive because we're active investors, strategic investors, thought leaders, aka smart money. We can help connect them to manufacturing, distribution, insurers, DSOs, professional associations, academic institutions, retailers, labs, and more nationwide. If you like what you hear, why not get in touch? Join us in shaping the future of oral care.
Now we're going to take some time to meet with Revere and Jeremy Krell. You know, when we first started Dental Tank, I had a lot of private equity, VC, strategic investors all reaching out. And at first, we put all just investors on the stage. And then we wanted to get more strategic. That's why we brought in practice management. We brought in a manufacturer, a distributor as well, and then 2 investors. As soon as I launched this, I had a lot of companies that wanted to invest money reach out. And Jeremy came, and it really felt the most natural and real and just for our industry. And it just made a whole bunch of sense to have them on board with Dental Tank. And I can't thank you enough for having faith in this. And this is the beginning of something huge. So we're super happy to have Revere here as the VC firm and ready to invest in a lot of these companies if it makes sense, right? So Jeremy, you want to come to the stage and give us, 10 minutes about what Revere is all about and why you decided to join us here.
Revere Partners was launched publicly in January of 2021. The partners had been working on Revere for about 18 to 20 months prior in stealth mode. So we've been around for a while, but we wanted to do this right. And when we first started, we actually kicked off a research project. And it was a little bit of an academic start, but it was during a pandemic. And we really felt that myself and Dave, my general partner who's here at the event, whom you may get to meet in person, we both come from very analytical backgrounds and felt that there really needed to be quantifiable, justifiable evidence behind what we were doing. So what we did was we kicked off the research project to essentially create the quote-unquote pitch book of dental or oral health, right? If you look in PitchBook or other known databases, there really isn't much reliable, complete, accurate information on oral health startups. And so that just wasn't going to fly. It wasn't going to fly for investors inside of the space. It certainly wasn't going to fly for investors from outside of the space. So what we did was we accessed over now 600 companies and there are over 1,200 transactions, right? Essentially understanding what their day X valuation, or day X raise was, and then their day Y raise or valuation when they exited was, or just had a second round of investment, so that we can track changes in value over time and be able to compare that on different types of startups and query that database by other different filters and factors. That really helps us to benchmark for these startups as well as to provide insights back to the dental industry. I've been humbled and honored to work with the people that we have. It's rare in an industry to see both buy side and sell side come together. Fierce competitors sit at the same table, but they're all willing and open to support oral health innovation. And that's something that I think is true validation within the industry and something that all of the partners and people have unanimously supported. And so that's been an incredible feat for us. The general partners, myself and Dave, are better able to manage supply and demand. Right, so essentially, if there's more demand by startups a particular quarter, we can take in more capital. Less demand, we can take in less capital. It helps general partners get around some perverse incentives that are out there. Whereas in traditional VC, if their mandate is to invest a certain amount of money by a certain date, it can be really challenging, right? Because if there isn't a good deal, or if there are too many good deals, you're either over or undersubscribed, and that can be challenging. In total, we have maybe 190 to 200 companies in the pipeline today, and that number continues to grow. We've had resounding interest, having done very little marketing to date, and there will be much more marketing that we will do. But we've now even organically seen both, steady flows of both startups and investors coming out of the framework. Again, very humbling and validating to see, right? I think, from our perspective at Revere, if you plant a flag post, in the ground and tell folks there is a funding source that understands you, they are much more likely to innovate. It actually fuels innovation, right? Whereas before, if you have inventors that have a great idea, right, they think to themselves a few steps ahead, if I continue down this pathway, if I put my blood, sweat, and tears into it, all my time, effort, energy, money into it, and I finally get it somewhere, and I need real money, big money, strategic money to grow and scale this, how am I going to do that, right? How is that going to be possible? And, in total, it's really not if there's not somebody who focuses on and understands the space. And so Revere is the first and only independent VC fund in oral health. It's an honor to be here at the Dental Festival with all of you. It's an honor to be at Dental Tank. We're looking forward to meeting all of the great startups here and all the people that attend. Thank you so much for your time.
And let the games begin.
I'm working on a little thing, but I honestly believe it is the answer to the healthcare crisis in America.
As a clinician looking at this, there's no science here to what you're talking about. I have no specifics you're talking about.
As a clinician, say that again, please.
I didn't see any science in your presentation.